How's everybody doing? And thanks for tuning in to Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, everything in between, including what we have here, our 2024 Ford Superduty F-350 Lariat Ultimate pickup truck. Again, that's a 24 F-350 Ford Superduty Lariat Ultimate Package pickup truck. And I'm going to go through what you're looking at real quick so you can see if you like it, and then we're going to get into a lot of detail. So what do we got here right in your face? First thing down low is our plug-and-play fog light flasher. Now that flasher is capable of alternation or simultaneous pattern. It is currently running a simultaneous pattern, but you have 29 to choose from, so you can select any one that you like. It is plug-and-play right behind the front bumper, and the wiring is ran up to your auxiliary or aftermarket switch. Extremely easy. Above that is our plug-and-play Super Duty combo DRL and turn signal kit. That is both the DRL and the turn signal kit together in one combination. We join them together, synchronize them, and you run the wiring to your auxiliary switch. That is plug and play behind both headlights, easily accessible from the inner fender wells by the tires. No need to remove the fender or the grille or the headlight. Just the inner fender liner folds back and you can get to the plugs. Above that is our plug and play roof light cab clearance flasher. That fits almost all the Super Duties out there, except the older ones with the larger cab lights from 99 to 16. From 17 to 24, this will fit, and it plugs in right behind the passenger trim on the windshield behind that grab handle. Very easy to use, flashes all 5 lights in simultaneous fashion as shown, but if you want more work, you can lower the headliner and isolate lights number 2 and 4 for an alternation if you wish. The kit's capable of doing all of that. By default, plug and play, it does all 5 together as one, as shown. Again, 29 patterns on that as well. Wiring straight easily, drops down through the passenger floor. There's a factory rubber grommet right by the passenger's right foot, and come right up underneath the hood to the auxiliary switch box. Very easy to install. Now, around the back of this truck, I have the parking lights illuminated on purpose. I want to stress the middle level tail lights on this truck because there are 3 sets of tail lights at least on the Ford Super Duties. Your base model light bulb everywhere tail light, commonly found on the XL truck. Your middle level, which is what's shown here, with an LED reverse, but incandescent light bulb for brake and signal. And of course your premium, your high level taillight, which has an amber LED signal separate from the LED brake and parking light. No bulbs at all in the high level. A lot of people just assume a Lariat Ultimate must have the highest level taillight in the rear, and it doesn't. So please check your truck to make sure of your taillights before ordering and order the correct taillight kit. You can always swap it out. If you have the high level taillights, swap out this kit for those. Below that, we have some 3-inch mpower in amber. Now we ran those on the DOT panel that normally houses 3 DOT lights for a dual rear wheel truck. So I'm sorry, your 450 and 550 guys aren't going to be able to use that location because you want to leave those red lights there alone. You could always mount the lights next to them by drilling a hole in the body right under the bed there, in the bed bottom, or you could go with the mount where we've done before, right here on the fender, on the bumper step rather. See some of our other videos where we've mounted that exact light right here vertically in the bumper step. So this is a plug-and-play reverse kit. I know I didn't mention that yet, but it plug and plays behind each tail light, and there's one power conductor that runs up the passenger frame right to the auxiliary switches. If you were using aftermarket switches in the cab of the truck, you could run it up the driver's frame as well, simply by flip-flopping the installation of the kit. So plug and play behind each tail light for this effect, and your power wire runs forward. Now, we just simply ran a new power wire for the 3-inch mpowers. That way, if the customer wanted to switch them separately, they could. And we're going to run an 18.5 on that in case a customer wants to order an amber white mpower and take advantage of the flood. So I tried to keep it simple and quick. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of the technical of what is all in this package right here. One thing I didn't mention yet was down low you can see those SS3 lights We mounted those with the included hardware by simply drilling a hole straight through the end of the hitch right there towards the end and bolting them in. You can reach into the hole of the hitch with your 1/2-inch wrench to tighten up that light. And as you can see, we put those on auxiliary switch number 2, so he has some flood lighting in any time situation he needs it. Park, reverse, drive, whatever he wants. Auxiliary switch 2 will illuminate those white under bumper lights. Now, shut the lights off because it's going to get into the boring wiring technical part of this. I'm going to show you a little bit about how and where we mounted things and tell you everything that's included in this kit. So the first thing I'll do is I'll walk you forward here and show you exactly how we mounted those SS3 lights. We ran them with a 16-2. We added some split loom, which you can get locally. We're going to provide this, the 16-2, and they come with a nice Deutsch connector on the back. You can see there is exactly how we did that bracket. And that right there is the bolt. Very easy to install. It lines up very nicely with the edge of the hitch here. I like how it looks in the bumper. It's just a nice location. Works out quite well for a pair of SS3 floodlights. Above that, we used our quick mount VHB style 3-inch mpower. This is the 8 LED amber mpower we sell. It is exceptionally bright. Don't be fooled on a 4 LED 3-inch mpower at a cheaper cost because it's half the power, half the brightness. So this is the 8 LED. We mounted it right to that panel there, just kind of kept it on the outer edges like that above the plate, and it doesn't interfere with the tailgate at all. We were able to synchronize them, run the wiring right through the factory hole here, and run it forward. Again, the wiring on the mpowers is long enough to synchronize together and connect it to the 18.5 that we used for that. I'm not going to take a taillight out to show you the plug and play for the taillight, but your reverse flasher, your auto flasher kit for the reverse is going to come with everything you need. It's going to have a single 18.5 power cable. It's going to go forward to control that reverse auto flasher. Below that, your 3-inch mpowers are going to come with about 20 inches of factory wire. We're going to give you another 30-foot 18.5 for the mpowers. It's going to allow you your flood feature and your synchronization feature if you wanted to add more lights later. The 18.5 is a great cable, gives you more features than you might need. Below that, we're going to provide 30 feet of our 16.2 for the floodlights, and those wire very easily in a daisy chain fashion from one light right over to the other light and forward to the switch. Opposite way, if you're using an in-cab switch, you'd go from this light over to this light, forward along the driver's frame into the cab of the truck. But you're going to get 30 feet of 16.2 and the included Deutsch pigtails that come with those lights and included hardware. You'll be able to mimic and do exactly what I did here with these lights with that. Alrighty, I can't show you where we drilled the firewall because we didn't have to. Your roof kit comes with everything it needs, and as I said, installs easily under the grab bar passenger side windshield. A couple 10mm bolts there, and it'll pop right off. Be careful, unplug the speaker when you remove it. And the wiring will go straight down to the rubber grommet in the passenger floor by the passenger's right foot. Run right up underneath the hood to the auxiliary switch. Slam dunk. You have a plug and play kit for the combo, front turn signal, and headlight DRL. Note, while in strobe mode, factory turn signals are disabled. You can do one or the other. Strobe them or use them as turn signals. You can't do both. It'll confuse the truck. You'll end up with a fast flash on the dash. So just refrain from using your turn signals while you've overridden them to use them as strobes in the combo kit. That kit plugs in real easily behind each headlight. As I said, we're going to have a main module, which is going to go right behind the passenger headlight and jump over with the plug and play connector to the driver's headlight. If you were running interior switches, you could always put the main module behind the driver's headlight, jump over to the passenger, and then run your 18.5 inside the truck. It's going to come with an 18.5 extension long enough to get you to the auxiliary switch or to get inside the truck. Same thing with the fog light kit below that. As you can see, we've not lost any features of factory lighting. They work just the same with our kit when you're not in strobe mode. Fog lights, parking lights, everything works just the same as it should. And that fog light kit plugs and plays right behind the bumper here very easily. You just run the wiring straight up and either to the cabin, into the aftermarket switch, or over to the factory auxiliary switches over here. Now we use two factory auxiliary switches, one for the white lights under the bumper, one for the flashing. I'm going to put two fuse kits in there too. Reason being is factory auxiliary switches are a little bit short The fuse kit is a nice way to extend them and make them easier to use. It also adds some other features. I'm gonna put a little detail at the end of this video about that, so stay tuned for that. And that's it. Any other details I have, we'll put at the end of the video. I hope this kit is appealing to you. If you'd like to change it in any way, go right ahead, and I appreciate you sticking with me for the length of this video. Any questions or comments, get with us before ordering, and we'll be happy to shag it out for you. Thanks again for tuning into Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, and everything in between. We'll see you guys on the next video.